Welcome back. You're watching In the Club. I am Sushant Mehta. Now it's time for a special chat with actor Arjun Kapoor, who spoke to me on the migrant crisis, the lockdown and much more. Joining us now on In the Club, my buddy, good friend, Arjun Kapoor. Arjun, what's happening in the lockdown? How have you been surviving?
What can possibly be happening? We are homebound, protecting ourselves and our near and dear ones by staying home and staying safe. Kya ho sakta hai? But yeah, just trying to be good citizens and listening to what our government has to say.
Acha, and what have you heard?
We heard, the logical thing right now, see, we are in a good position where we can afford to stay at home. Sunne mein to bahut rumors aate hain, but eventually I feel like I follow my CM diligently on social media, Shri Uddhav Thackeray ji. I follow the BMC, I follow Aditya, and of course we listen to our Prime Minister as well. But you must listen to the authorities. If they're giving you rules and regulations, if they're giving you norms, you must pay attention and follow them. That's what I've been trying to do here. I know it's very difficult for people who need to worry about how they're going to get out there and figure their lives out. I completely respect that. But at this point, the government is doing the best they can, and we have to kind of try and be patient and wait it out as best to our capacity. I mean, I know it's difficult, but kya kare yaar? You have to be at home only at this time.
Heartbreaking visuals coming in from Bandra. We saw that sea of people, and as you said, Arjun, you know, we are privileged. We have a roof on our heads. We have food on the table. I mean, it was chaos there.
See, I was confused when I saw those visuals because I think Mumbai and Maharashtra, if I may say so, we've handled it as well. I mean, they've been pretty hands-on. I've seen people on ground doing a good job. So I was a bit flummoxed by how such a situation has arisen, because it seemed to be under control. And then suddenly this happened. But then I realized there was a bit of WhatsApp gossip mongering that had taken place. I think they have arrested a few individuals who led to create a situation where people thought trains are restarting from Mumbai for people to be able to go back to their villages and their actual homes, because Mumbai being a place where a lot of people come from across the country for work. And these are the people that are suffering, unfortunately, the most, because like you said, we have a roof, we have food. They are suffering the most. So I think the rumor mongering created a situation where people thought trains have begun, and there was absolute chaos and pandemonium. Yeah, it is tricky. Unfortunately, like you said, the migrant workers were trapped in a situation where I think they feel helpless. But I appreciate what Uddhav sir did. He came out and he spoke immediately. Within an hour or two, I think he was out there on video stating that they are looking into things, they're taking care of people, and there is no reason to panic. And the worst thing we can do as a country is panic right now. It's not like the world is raced ahead and we've got stuck behind. It's eventually, we have to not panic. We have to believe that the solutions will be forthcoming. I know it's difficult.
Right, and Arjun, I know that you've been doing your bit to support the daily wage workers. We've seen actually the entire industry come together and everybody has chipped in. But talk to me about your initiative. I see you, offering fans dinners for charity, and which is amazing. I mean, I love the idea. I love the thought. Talk to me more about that.
So yeah, honestly, for me, Sushant, if I'm spending, say, we'll spend half an hour talking like this, how do we quantify that half an hour and make it an experience where I can give back to society at this time? I'm sitting at home. I'm free. I'm available. So my sister runs this organization. We've been doing this for the last few months. It's something called FanKind, where you get to donate a little bit of money and you go into a lottery where you could end up having a date with Alia or with Varun or with Rakul and Kriti and Janvi. She's worked with a lot of actors, a lot of social influence. Where, say, for example, you could bake a cake with Alia if your name came out of the chit. So she's been doing that for a while. I thought might as well use this opportunity while sitting at home. I can connect with a few people and we can generate a bit of money. The response is overwhelming. We've been able to take care of 300 families of daily wage workers. Now, yaar, agar tu mujhe bolta meri career ki shuruaat mein ki I can help 300 families at some point. This is not the best time, but if you told me I can help 300 families for a month, I would say that's a big achievement.
You have the creative juices been flowing, staying at home, whatever you be thinking of. Kya creativity aapki nikal rahi hai?
Yeah, I think I've gone back to, I won't say my roots, but I've gone back to watching older films that I've seen growing up, some stuff that I'd seen earlier which inspired me and motivated me, some directors' works, some actors' works. I've not been binge watching shows too much. It's been more about films. I enrolled onto masterclass and I've been watching Aaron Sorkin talk
nice.
and the Ron Howard as well. So यार मेरे अंदर एक फिल्मी कीड़ा तो था ही, पर एक फिल्म मेकर का कीड़ा भी है. So I'm trying to use the time best to my ability to just stay grounded and stay connected to my passion. But of course, I think what that status is when you can't go out, go in. I think that makes a lot of sense for a lot of people like us. And I say this, we are privileged. मैं यहाँ पर बैठा हूँ. I can afford a month or two of sitting at home. I can afford to take time out by choice also. This is not by choice, but I could have.
Are you telling us that you're going to take up direction? वो फिल्म का कीड़ा जब ये preparation चल रही है.
I genuinely will. It's part of my agenda. Not right now, but whenever I can, I will. It's something that I always wanted to do.
Okay.
But I realized when I dwelled on a lot of things, I realized that we as people have got so consumed by wanting more. हमें सब कुछ ही करना है ना. We want to do everything. We don't realize. Today I'm sitting at home eating simpler food, wearing the regular clothes that I wear, watching regular stuff, or just spending time with my pet and my sister. Eventually, simplicity is what the future will be about. I think we've become hoarders by nature. I think we've become people who are impatient and we want to run and sprint. So in this time, I've realized कि थोड़ा खड़े रहना और चलना भी ज़रूरी है. You know, you need to stand up, walk around, stay still. You need to be more about within yourself rather than always projecting. Our profession, especially as actors, I don't think it's going to be that easy to just walk onto a set and start acting or open theaters and just expect people to come. So I think our profession will have to introspect and tweak things, and we as personalities will also have to do that.
Whenever this is over, how do you look at Bollywood bouncing back? Because there's going to be a lot of backlog. Even television, you know, the daily soaps. Ekta was also shut shop. She said that, you know, for the first time in her career, that they have stopped, and it had to happen. So what do you think is going to happen to the film industry once this lockdown is over? How do you look at theatres? You know, are theatres being threatened by OTT now? What do you think is the future?
Some of the big wigs, some of the big people have to come in and sit down and kind of create a system for our film industry to be able to roll out films in terms of allowing completion to VFX works, to shooting schedules, implementing a plan in place. So let's say, for example, 6 months from today is when theatres are opening. 3 months before that, we start working on films. It'll have to be spoken and planned. You can't just open a theatre and say, "Chalo, ab dekhenge kya hoga." It'll have to be sorted and planned. And I'm sure those plans are already in place in conversation with a lot of people. Because to roll out entertainment, you need to see the audience mindset also. You'll have to also see the safety norms. You'll have to see theatres. Can it allow 150 people or it has to allow 50 people at one time? Will you have overlapping shows, or will you have one show gets over, there's a half an hour break and then fresh batch of people come in? You'll also have to see what kind of films are people in the mood to watch, the kind of content, what you're talking about, OTT formats coming in. I also feel, see, listen, at the end of the day, the OTT format appeals to you today because we are bound at home. Once life opens up, our community, we are people that believe in community viewing. It's just a very Indian thing. We like to celebrate by being out. So I don't believe that films will never be the same again. The kind of films that invariably were being made to eventually reach our audiences through digital and through television might now, that wall will break where people will say, "Arey yaar, digital ke liye nahi banate, pehle theater mein release karenge, phir digital ke liye." You know, that wall will break. I feel that wall will become a non-entity. So a lot of films can't just straight away come into digital, the ones that have been made. Because a lot of them, they're all hinged on box office collection. So you get X amount of money from platforms for the amount of money the film makes in a theater. A lot of actor fees are related to box office. So there's a lot of sitting down that will happen before the standing up and moving can happen.
Right on. Lastly, for you, I've been seeing a lot of, workout videos and Antakshari videos, and everybody's been Katrina's brooming, sweeping the floors. What have you been doing? You look pretty fit, man. तो घर पे बैठ के ज़्यादा खाना तो नहीं खा रहे हो तुम, ये तो दिख रहा ही है, क्योंकि most of India is just eating and sleeping right now.
No, so what's happening? I follow intermittent fasting, तो मेरा तो breakfast होता नहीं है, मैं lunch और dinner करता हूँ. And I've been trying to eat, like you said, as light as possible. But I've been using my terrace to walk. I am one of those lucky ones who had a cycle at home, so I put it right next to the TV. So मैं क्या करता हूँ, ये binge watching और working out साथ में कर लेता हूँ, binge eating नहीं करता हूँ. But I've been spending time with my sister. I've been spending time. My pet finally recognizes me, Max. I've used him a lot for social media. I have a feeling he's going to start charging money now to be on my social media soon. Yeah, I guess I built a home out of all the hard work I did. I'm getting to enjoy it, and I know every nook and corner, and I'm kind of lighting candles around the house, and I'm kind of cleaning out my cupboard and my DVD cabinet, and what I've started doing actually, कहीं जाने को तो है नहीं, पर मैं क्या करता हूँ, आज मैंने बहुत दिनों बाद jeans पहने, but I've been wearing some of the newer clothes that I bought that I can't wear anywhere. I wear them and watch TV. So that's it. कुछ नहीं यार, just been laying low and trying to save the energy. It's a long road ahead eventually. We all know it's going to be a tough few months coming once things open up also. ऐसा नहीं है कि जब lockdown खुलेगा, life will be like this. It's going to take everybody some time.
Right, man. Always nice talking to you. Looking forward to meeting you soon as the lockdown is over. And looking forward to much more from you, man.
You guys take care. Keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.